Hi students and my friends. Today our topic is chemical bonding in that Kossel-Lewis theory of valency or Kossel-Lewis theory. How to they explained in chemical bonding with Kossel-Lewis theory. So in this theory we have to discuss a few points. So Kossel and Lewis, that is the scientist name. The theory was they prepared, that means they published on the basis of Bohr's atomic theory, from Bohr's atomic theory. So this Kossel-Lewis theory also known as electronic theory of valency, electronic theory of valency, or modern theory of valency, electronic theory of valency and modern theory of valency, and also known as valency of chemical bond, valency of chemical bond, valency of chemical bond, valency of chemical bond theory, valency of chemical bond theory. So this Kossel-Lewis theory also known as electronic theory of valency as well as modern theory of valency or valency of chemical bond theory. These three types is there, only one Kossel-Lewis theory. Also we will call these three names. So we should remember these three names. So here what they said in this theory, what is the main points. So here on the basis of Bohr's atomic model, Bohr's atomic theory only, no? That means already we know Bohr's atomic theory means electrons revolve. This is a nucleus. Electrons revolve around the nucleus. So in particular shells. So that and all we know very well. So here, for example, we can take one element that is like magnesium. We can take magnesium, means that magnesium atom having atomic number 12, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Here 3 shells is there. So this is the first, second, third, means in this magnesium atom having 3 shells. Yes sir, 3 shells is there. Okay, here first shell have 2 electrons, it can represent like this. Second shell have 6 plus 2, 8 electrons. So that is 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 electrons is there. Next, valence shell, that means last shell having how many electrons? Only 2 electrons. So that 2 electrons we can represent like this. So 2 electrons, valence electron. So here, according to Kossel-Lewis theory, they said that the outermost shell we will call valency shell. Outermost shell or last shell we will call valency shell. So that valency shell have electrons, no? Valency shell have how many electrons now? 2 electrons. So that valence, example magnesium means. So valency shall have electrons. That electrons we will call valency electrons. What is that? Valency electrons. Valency electron. Valency electrons. Valency shall have some electrons. That electrons we will call valency electrons. Who said that? Kossel-Lewis theory. And then inner shells have some electrons. have electrons. So these electrons, inner shell have some electrons. That electrons we will call, what we will call valency electrons, and inner shell have some electron. That electron we will call core electrons. Core electrons. Core electrons. So now inner shell electrons and a nucleus also come to close each other. That means we will call nucleus and inner electrons. We will call nucleus and inner electrons we will call kernel. This is the name of that. So nucleus and inner electrons both we will call kernel, and outermost electron, that means valency shall have some electrons. That electrons we will call valency electrons, and then inner shell have some electron. That electron core electrons, and nucleus and inner electrons we will call kernels. So this is the these entire about the cell show and valency electrons, inner electrons, and inner electrons plus nucleus we will call kernel. This and all who explained Kossel-Lewis theory only. This theory explained about this and all. Here nucleus plus inner electrons we will call kernel, right? Next, elements with 8 electrons. Elements with 8 electrons. Elements, any element with 8 electrons. 8 electrons in their valency shell, means it is valency shell means it is a stable electrons. So every element try to attain noble gases configuration. So that means 8 electrons in their valency shell means it is very stable. So based on that, every element loses electrons or gain electrons or sharing of electrons between them. Based on that, some types of bonds is there. So what about this Kossel-Lewis theory? They said 8 electrons in there means it is a stable electronic configuration. This is known as octet rule. According to octet rule, every element try to attain noble gases configuration according to octet rule. So that means 8 electrons in their valency shell means it is a stable. So who said that? Kossel and Lewis. That is the theory, one of the point in the theory. Next, when element, for that only some elements loses electrons. For example, Na electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 6 and 3s1. So this one electron, this sodium loses means now valency electrons how many? 8 only. 6 plus 2, 8. So this is valency. Before third shell is valency. When it is loses means transfer of electrons. So transfer of electrons, because of octet it will get a transfer of electrons we will call ElectroValency. Number of, what is ElectroValency amount? ElectroValency means number of electrons transferred. Number of electrons transferred. Number of electrons transferred we will call ElectroValency. Now covalency, one word is there. Covalency means number of electrons shared. Number of electrons shared between two atoms. So that is covalency. Number of electrons shared, that is covalency. Number of electrons transferred, that is electrovalency. Why these two happen? Because of octet. We will get 8 electrons. Now I said Na Atomic number 11, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. This electron, one electron, it will be transferred. It will be loses, means that is electrovalency of sodium is 1 because number of electrons transferred, how many? 1 only. That's why electrovalency of sodium is 1. Covalency means what? Number of electrons shared. For example, hydrogen is there. This is how 1 electron. Oxygen is there. So H2O molecule we can take, means example I will say. So 1 electron shared between these 2 atoms. So covalency of hydrogen, how much? Now hydrogen covalency how much? 1 only, because hydrogen shared only 1 electron to oxygen atom. This is a particular, this atom means. Otherwise here one more atom we can take HCl molecule, we know HCl, hydrochloric acid, ClH. So only 1 electron shared between the 2 atoms. So 1 electron shared means that is covalency of this atom is only 1. So electrovalency, electrovalency, number of electrons transferred, that is electrovalency. Number of electrons shared, that is covalency. Okay. So next, resultant bond. Here, resultant number of electrons transferred is known as electrovalency. That resultant bond is electrovalent bond. Electrovalent bond. Electrovalent bond. Example NaCl means it is ionic bond. So electrovalent bond or ionic bond. Electrovalent bond and ionic bond. Here, number of electrons shared between 2 atoms, that is the covalency, or that resultant bond is covalent bond. Covalent bond. So number of electrons shared between 2 atoms is known as covalency, and resultant bond is covalent bond. So this is about Kossel-Lewis theory. And Lewis structures, Lewis dots is there. One more point. Electrovalency, covalency. Number of electrons transferred is electrovalency. Resultant bond is electrovalent bond. Number of electrons shared is known as covalency. And the resultant bond is covalent bond. Okay. This is over. Next point. Same. Lewis symbols. What is the Lewis symbol? He said them, Kossel-Lewis theory. They said some electrons transferred, some electrons sharing. Already we know. Next, how it is valency electrons. Valency electrons we can represent with dots. We can represent with dots surrounded by that atom. For example, hydrogen. What is the Lewis symbol? H1, 1 dot. Helium. What is the Lewis symbol? Helium, 2 dots. Because valency electrons 1s1. This is only. Here 1s2. This is only valency. Yes, sir. Now more atom. Lithium we can take means. What is the valency? Lithium, Li. Here valency 1s2, 2s1. This is only valency. Yes, sir. This is only valency shell, because second shell only last shell. Last shell we will call valency shell. So only 1 dot we can represent. Next, lithium after beryllium, Be, 1s2, 2s2. So valency shell is the last shell, means 2 electrons. We can represent like this. Next, boron, atomic number 1 number. This is 2, 3, 4 and 5. Means boron, electronic on 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Valency shell have 3 electrons. That means 3 dots surrounded by that atom. This is the Lewis symbols. So valency electrons, which of the following is correct representation of Lewis? Like some questions they will ask in a competitive exam like this only. Next, sixth, carbon C, electronic configuration 6, no, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. So now valency electrons 2 plus 2 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Represent anywhere you can put at dots. Not no need. So particular place not there. Anywhere surrounded by the atom. Next, seventh element, nitrogen. So N. Next, electronic components 2, 2s2, 2p3. Yes, sir. 3p3. So 7. Valency electrons. Second shell is valency shell. Electrons 2 plus 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the Lewis notation. Next, eighth one, oxygen. So O, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, not 2p4, 2p4. So total 4 plus 2, 6 valence electron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Enough. That is the Lewis symbol, Lewis dot structures of some elements. Okay, this is about Kossel-Lewis theory. What they said, once recall it first onwards. They said core electrons, inside inner electrons we will call core electrons, outermost electrons we will call valence electrons, inner electrons plus nucleus we will call canal. Yes, sir, canal. Nucleus plus inner electrons, canal. Only inner electrons, core electrons, and valency electrons, outermost electrons we will call valency electrons. So that is about that. Next, how to form covalent bond? What is the resultant covalent bond and ionic bonds? How it will be formed? So sharing of electrons between two atoms we will call number of electrons shared between two atoms is known as covalency. The resultant bond is covalent bond. Number of electrons transferred between two atoms, number of electrons transferred one atom to another atom, we will call ElectroValency. That is known as ElectroValency. Based on the number of electrons transferred one atom to another atom, that is we will call ElectroValency. So ElectroValency resultant bond is ionic bond or electrovalent bond. So that is said. Octet rule is there. Octet means 8 electrons is there in valence shell, means that atoms are stable. For that purpose only, every atom loses electron or gain electrons or sharing of electrons between them. That is happened. Next, doublet configuration also is there. Octet like doublet, helium. Doublet means 2. Helium, 2 electrons only is there in valency, like this atom, and hydrogen also. Sometimes it will accept one more electrons, means it will form 2. The lithium sometimes loses this electron, means it is doublet it will get. Sometimes beryllium loses 2 electrons, means it will get doublet. So doublet configuration also stable. That's why we will say about every element try to attain noble gases configuration. Okay, noble gases configuration means in that doublet also will come, octet also will come. Octet means except helium, all atoms, noble gases have octet configuration. Only helium, doublet configuration. Okay, thank you.